Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 29 of our Transport Fever 2 Let's Play. If you guys are new to the series, definitely check out some of the older videos. Consider subscribing to the channel to stay up to date on this series as well as others. Leave a like and a comment. We'll go through a quick recap of episode 28, and then we'll get into the video. Alright, episode 29 here. So, we are just taking a look at our plane route from Yateley to Twickenham. We are flying into the Yateley airfield currently in one of our Douglas DC-4s. Great planes. They look awesome. The reason that we're starting on the planes, Tom Jones left a great comment in episode 28 saying that we needed to upgrade our airports. Now, I left him a reply saying that I didn't think that we had the new ones, but apparently he is wiser than I. We do have the new airfields. And it also just kind of generally brings up a point, which is that, you know, we built these two airfields a long time ago. Truthfully, I can't remember how long ago, but a while. And then we just kind of abandoned the planes altogether. So this will be a good opportunity to revamp some airfields and maybe add in one additional airport. I guess these won't even be airfields anymore. These will be full-on airports, which will be great. Now, one thing that I found interesting, if we hop on this plane, we take it for a little ride real quick, is we get incredibly close to this this hillside here. You know, and it's not the end of the world when it was the smaller, like the Junkers and the DC-3 and all that stuff. However, now that we're upgrading this to an airport, an actual, you know, airport that's going to be taking, you know, big commercial airliners, I think we need to do probably a combination of two things. One, where this road bends, I'm going to shift it further down this way. And two, we might do a little terraforming here to keep them, keep these planes away. That might not be necessary, but we will see. So let's just go ahead and pause this. Oh, vehicle in the way. All right, let's take a look at these. First of all, is there anything that we can replace them with? No, it's just the DC-4s. Okay. All right, let's see if I can speed this up to where they're not in the way. I don't think we can. All right. Let's just, let's sell these for now. Let's destroy this. Pause real quick. Oh man, and there's a vehicle there. All right, let's reconnect this real quick. Just that we can walk this vehicle back. Get rid of that. Man, I did it again. Connect that up. And then walk this vehicle back down the road. And now let's come into our terrain tool and let's get a nice pad for this airport. And a nice pad for the actual bus stop as well. All right, so let's come in here. Let's rotate this around. Let's see how the terrain looks going straight ahead. It looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and get that in. Shift it a little bit further down. Put it in like right there. Okay, and now this is going to need some work. So let's get our 2-lane road here. I'm going to come into our asset tools. I'm going to remove some of these trees. Let's get a nice straight road going through there. And then we can back this road out a little bit and bring it in at a better angle to what we've got going on here. So let's grab this. Bring it to about there. And make a nice sweeping curve in there. That looks pretty good. And now if we go ahead and get our bus stop, we want 2 platforms on the right Let's get that in right there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move it so that the entrance is a little bit further from the from that curve. Doesn't matter. You know, the game will totally function on its own. Let's do something like that. We can get like a little visitors center right there. Get rid of that. Add an entrance and an exit. I'm actually going to shift the visitor center to the other side so that we can actually get an entrance in there. We'll make this nice and clean. All right, so let's grab our one-way road. Come in here at a 90. I'm going to do this backwards so that it stays nice and straight. Wait for that to snap, get that in there. Pull that back down. And then let's turn these around. Let's get a couple waypoints in there because I think we'll probably need them. No traffic lights here. This is looking good. The bus route is back on track, however, the plane route is not. So let's add a station here. How long are they waiting? 60 seconds for a full load. Sounds good to me. Imagine that, a plane that loads and unloads in 60 seconds. That would be outstanding. All right, let's clear away some of these trees. And we'll go ahead and clear out past to the end of the runway. Clear out on either side. Like that. Okay, and now let's go into our terrain tool here. Let's flatten out a bunch of this terrain. And then we can come through and just smooth it out. Like that. Yeah, and that looks really good. Okay, now what I also want to do, let's come in here. And let's upgrade this road. Going all the way through into here. Like that. And then we can also just go ahead and smooth that out a little bit. As well as this. There we go. Okay, so that's looking really nice. And yeah, the Yateley bus is going to run into the first stop. I like that. That will work nicely. Okay, so now let's go over to Twickenham and do something similar. You can see, if you remember from older videos, we had a huge, something like this right here. I actually cleaned it up before the episode began. I just think it looks a little bit better. Okay, so let's come into here. Let's remove this. And then I actually want to take this opportunity to upgrade this road. So let's delete both of those. Let's get a nice road parallel to those in there. And then if we go to our planes, we can get our full-size airport. Let's get that crossing. Let's get it right in there. Yeah, that looks good. And then we're gonna have to see. I might bring these down just a little bit. So we'll just bring down these peaks just a little, so that they're not quite as aggressive. Hopefully that should help a little bit with what we've got going on, and then we can just make sure that everything around here is nice and flat. Come through here, smooth that out, smooth, smooth, smooth. And then if we come through with our assets, our asset brush, we can go ahead and remove all of this. Oh, and I just removed some nice trees that I'd put in there. And now this road, yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's okay where it's at. Okay, so let's reconnect our bus route. Get a one-way in there. Get a one-way coming out of there. That's working. Our plane route is working. And now, if I recall correctly, we had some trees in here. So let's get a couple of those trees back in. What kind of trees do we have in here? I think we had something like this. Very nice. Just a couple trees. Okay, so now that that is fixed, you will notice that we have no planes on here. So we're going to have to buy some new planes. It was just easier to do it this way than previously. So let's throw both of those onto this line from this end. And then if we go over to Yateley, we can do the same thing. We'll grab two, and we'll throw them on here. And if we find the line, we can color them. There we go. And now if we just speed it up, those planes will come out, and we are good to go. Can I get rid of that? Yeah, it'll get rid of itself in time. Okay, and that is great. So, both Yateley and Twickenham have new airfields. And you know what? I'm going to move this road. Let's just move this so that it is a little bit removed from what we're trying to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm just going to branch this off here so that I can delete this little piece. And let's curve it around here so that we can go a little bit further away. And then we can kind of meander our way back over here. Like that. And then if we come in here and just smooth this out a little bit. There we go. Okay, and now we have huge airfields. Now, the nice thing about these is that later on we will actually unlock multiple runways, which will be great. In which case, this livestock farm, I don't know, it might conflict. It may. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I mean, if it does, we can move it. That's, you know, not the end of the world. However, what I think we're going to do is we're going to go all the way over to our pal Reading that we dealt with last time, and we're going to add in another airport. And they are going to fly into Twickenham. Okay, so let's come into this airfield, and we are going to configure it. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to add in another terminal, and then I'm going to put the hangar back. And truthfully, I'm going to put the hangar all the way down on the end. And let's pause this because I want to take this road. And I'm just going to run it right down there as if it is connected. And then why don't we just tee this in. Like that. There we go. That's good. And then the way that this is built, we should still be able to, yeah, we can get anything in here that we want, which is perfect. Okay, so the reason for the second terminal is that one is going to be for the Reading airport. So let's meander over to Reading. Now, the nice thing about Reading is very flat. It gives us a lot to work with. And I think we're going to go ahead and put the airport in. Although now that I think about it. Yeah. Airports should have direct highway access, I think. All right, so we can make a little ring highway coming over here. Yeah. I like that. Okay, so let's go into our terrain view. Ooh. All right, I said Reading was nice and flat, and what I meant was Reading is nice and flat over here, not so much over here. Okay, that's interesting. That actually kind of changes my scheme a little bit. Let's kind of take a look. Where's Twickenham? Should be... Okay, so it's there. So if we come straight across... Yeah, over here could work. Yeah, over here could totally work. Okay, so let's go back in and let's level off a nice pad. And I'm thinking right about here. Not sure how big this needs to be. Pretty big. Let's spin this around. Let's put it in here. And then let's just continue to level off all around here. Then we can kind of clean up all along the edges here. Like that. Okay, now one thing that I do want to do, let's come in here and let's switch the landing direction. Because I think that that will keep the lines from crossing in midair, which it doesn't mean anything for the actual gameplay itself. I just don't like it, truthfully. All right, so let's come through here. Let's kind of clean up this airfield. So we'll get that cleaned up. We will clean up this whole end. A little bit more smoothing going on there. I think that that road is far enough away that it won't be an issue. Okay, and now we have a nice road here. So let's grab our flattened terrain tool and let's get a nice flat area for our terminal, or our bus stop rather. And then let's kind of smooth out this little hillside here. And let's get a nice road down there. And then we're going to have to figure out how we're going to get into Reading. And I'm really liking this road right here. This road kind of running right through the heart. I think is going to go direct down to Reading, or down to the Reading airport rather. So let's tee off right here. And then let's make our way. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. All right, and let's see how this needs to go. We bring it up to there, and then curve it in. That looks good. And then we can go ahead and smooth this whole thing out. And that's going to take us right down to the Reading airport. We only need one bus stop here. So let's just get the one. And you know what? I'm actually going to try. I'm going to try and get this square with the end. We'll see how well it works. Let's see, we can have a nice visitors visitors area right there. And then let's get our one-ways. Yeah, and I was afraid that it was going to do that, so let's pull this straight out. And then let's see, can I... Yes, I can get away with it. Okay, cool. And then let's square this one up as well. Flip this one around, and of course that's what it did. Alright, so we have to do it in a different order. So let's pull this one straight out. Like that. And then if we grab this and we tie it in at a 90, flip the direction, and then get rid of that. There we go. So that is going to work. And then we can come in here and smooth that out. Smooth all of that out. All right, so let's get our bus set up going into this facility. All right, so we already have this going on. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of this row of houses, or that road altogether, actually. We're going to add on another bus stop here. So let's get a new line, and it's going to run from platform 5. Let's get a nice color. Maybe like a dark orange. And run it down here. It is just a little bus route, so they can do whatever they want. And this will be Reading... Reading bus to plane? Yeah. That will work. Okay, and then let's get some buses on there. Passenger. Maybe 4, I think. It's a good number. Nice burnt orange color. Okay, so now let's get our plane line in here. So from the Reading Airport over to Twickenham. Let's see, is that crossing in midair? No, it is not. Let's get maybe a dark blue color. I like that a lot. And these are going to wait for full loads for 60 seconds. And this will be P for plane. And this will be Reading to Twickenham. Okay, cool. And now let's get maybe 2 of these on this end. I'm just worried about traffic building up at Twickenham because we don't have that second runway yet. That is my only concern with putting this many planes on here. Let's just make sure that these have a high maintenance level so that they never drop below, I believe it's mediocre. And then let's do the same for these planes. Yeah, see, I'm concerned that we're gonna have a buildup of traffic here, but maybe not. We might be okay. Once we get the additional runways that we can add on, it won't be an issue anymore. But for now, you know, at this stage, it's just that's my only minor concern. Anyway. So, what else do we want to work on regarding planes? So, if you remember when we initially built this airfield here at Yateley, when we built the bus stop, we put 2 stations. And then you just saw me do the exact same thing when we rebuilt it. However, we've only ever had 1 station operating. The reason that we added the second one is because we were going to add a bus route up to Norton. Makes perfect sense. Norton is fairly co-located to the airport. It would make sense that they would have a bus running up there, and we just never got around to it. So we're going to get around to it today. And we're actually going to redo this whole connection, which is much needed because it's kind of a mess. So let's pause because we're going to be breaking a lot of what's going on here. We're going to disconnect this oil well. And the number of vehicles that we are going to back up into this facility is pretty extreme, to say the least. And then let's pull this all the way out to there. And now we can redo this roadway connection. So first thing that we are going to do, and this is totally unnecessary, I'm just going to do it anyway. Let's connect this up. And then let's switch to our country road, and I'm going to pull this off, and we're going to go connect up to that oil well. There we go. And that's the whole episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We wouldn't leave it like that. A whole city disconnected. It's a tragedy. Okay. However, we are going to make a couple more connections. So I think we're going to come in here and we're going to flatten off just a little area right about here in a circular shape. You can probably guess why. We're going to get a roundabout. And I don't think, we still don't have the roundabout tool. Man, I wish I had it. I should probably just download a mod for it, truthfully. Let's just do a straight road here, just to act as a guide to allow us to bend. And you know what? I do not need a mod. That's pretty good. It's a little janky right there, but it is good. It's good enough. Let's just leave it at that. Let's check our heights here. So this intersection is at 19 meters. This is also at 19. Wow, that's like perfect, actually. And let's keep some bus lanes on here. And I just want to connect that in right about there. Okay. So now, what are some other connections that we would want to make? One that we're going to make, we're going to connect this road up. It's kind of a side road, so I'm not too worried about too much traffic taking it. But it's a possibility. So let's pull this straight off just a little bit, and then if we connect that up like right there, how's that slope? It's a little aggressive, a little bit. What I am going to do, I'm going to pull this off so that that's level. I don't want them to enter the roundabout coming up a hill. I want them to at least have a small area that they can work with. And is that too severe? No, I think that's okay. I think once we smooth it out, it will look okay. So those are our only connections that we're going to make. And then we're going to come in here and we are going to lock all of that. Okay. And then let's smooth all of this out. Just like that. And now there's a nice connection into this roundabout, which will turn into 2 roads running parallel to one another on their way into Norton. Now in Norton, how are we going to make this connection? So the way that we're going to do it is we are going to do a couplet of one-way roads. So in order to do that, It's going to be a little interesting, especially with this bus here. Let's see. How do I want to do that? All right, let's get rid of this connection. Let's get rid of that. That's just ugly, so we'll get rid of it. Okay. So now I like what we have going on here. So I'm going to grab this, pull that straight, bring that down. And now if we pull this straight through to here, like that. And now we're going to make these one-way buildable roads with bus lanes. So this will be coming in this direction, and then this one. One-way roads can't have stops or waypoints on both sides. Yeah. Right, no, I understand. We'll get rid of those. And then this one is going this way. And I have no idea how well this is going to work in this game. Quite honestly. No idea. Let's see. Okay, so we need to add bus stops back here. So I'll have one going this way, one going this way. And then we're going to need waypoints. Let's see, we'll need one here and here. So let's see, after Queens Way, hit that waypoint, perfect. And then York Road. Oh, wait, no, this is the other one. Okay, York Road. Get rid of that. So after, yep, go there and then hit that. Okay, cool. I'm interested to see how this works. It should work in theory, but let's. Let's reconnect some of these. Get rid of that. Pull that down to there. Pull this across. We will connect up there. And then we'll leave this as a big open block. But what I want to do, I want to lock all of these roads that are involved in this couplet. Yeah. I want them to be locked. And do I want to lock the ones on the inside? Maybe. So with that being the case, I'm just going to upgrade them so that they look nice. And then let's lock the inside ones as well. Okay, so that is our little couplet here. And then that is going to run as a highway coming right out of town. So let's just pull it, you know, parallel for now. That, and then let's make our way. You can kind of see the remnants of the older road. And then let's get these nice and close together now. So let's do just a little straight road right there. See if we back that out to there. Can we get a nice smooth connection? It doesn't look particularly smooth. What if I grab it there? And maybe back this one up similarly? Yeah, that looks nice. Let's flip that around. Cool. It's very unique. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it looks interesting. All right, so now let's work on this interchange that we're gonna have to put in right here. So this is going to be a fairly straightforward overpass. That's a little high. Let's see, will that get over? Nope, that's a little low. There we go. That is the best we can do. Let's just kind of see where this is going. So, let's see. Do I want it angled? Yeah, probably. So we have a nice overpass in there. Back this out. Similarly, back that out. Then if we grab this, we just bring it down to ground as fill. Don't want it to be too steep. That looks good. Then we can take this and we will back this road out a little bit further just so we get a nice clean connection in there. And then let's make a little branch off of there. Make sure it's nice and straight. Curve it down towards the road. And just tee that in. And let's do the same thing on this side. That looks good. Connect that in there. Get a nice 90-degree off of there. That looks good. Grab this. Tee that off. Bring it down here and connect into this road at a 90. All right, cool. So now let's just take the time to upgrade this. Actually make it a high-speed road. Like so. And then let's do the same over here. Like that. Okay. And now let's come through here. And let's just smooth this whole thing out like we do with all of our roadways. Just so that it looks nice. There we go. And now we can continue down, and all we have to do now, aside from reconnecting this facility here, so let's grab our country road. We'll just branch off there. Kind of curve around this wooded area. Where's the line there? backed up there. And then we'll just go ahead and smooth all of that out. So now that is reconnected. All of our industrial facilities are reconnected. All we have to do is sneak our way through this pass and hook up into the rotary. Okay, so let's work on this end here. So let's go bus lane, yes. Let's pull this straight off. We'll kind of connect up like that. Kind of work our way up this hill. Kind of bend around here. Work our way down here. Or I guess sort of down. And connect that up there. Okay, so let's flip this road back around so that it's going in the right direction. And then we actually need to add bus lanes onto our existing highway. Or not the existing highway, but the one that we just built. And then we just need to come through here, smooth all this out. Let's see how this looks. I kind of like the split elevation. Looks nice. Let's come through and smooth that out. Let's check all of our lines. Nothing appears to be broken. This is nice, actually. This is a good check that we can see for traffic. All of our lines are taking this main road coming into Yateley, which is good to see. And then how are they doing here? Yeah, they're doing good. Let's see, what is this dark blue line? Oh, that is the that's the delivery down to Yateley. Okay. So what I want to do, let's grab a 4-lane buildable with bus lanes. Let's upgrade all the way down to there. There we go. So they're going to go that way. They're going to have to make this awkwardness right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a cut through right here. There we go. And that is almost purely for trucks, but I will allow it just to kind of give them a little turnaround right here. And then is there any reason to not make this a one-way? Like that. Yeah, it's kind of like a little roundabout, honestly, if you think about it, with traffic lights. All right, so let's speed this up and let's see where all of our vehicles got. Yeah, so we got a ton backed up here. Not too much there. Ton backed up onto this road. A ton. Look at this. It's just like the never-ending line of trucks and cars that got backed up onto that side road. Yep, they're all free and clear now. And they'll kind of, they'll get where they're going. But let's take a look. We should already see huge utilization on this road. Yep, so 36 private, 82 public transit, and, buses and such. But this is good. Now, the other thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to connect up to the airport. It's the whole reason that we started this this project. So let's come through here. This looks like good enough area. And let's grab our 2-lane. Bring it up. Bring it back down just slightly. Kind of bring that across there. That does not need bus lanes, so we'll just go ahead and get rid of those real quick. We will just go ahead and get rid of those real quick. There we go. Okay, and now let's bring this down to ground, but let's kind of check to see what our terrain looks like. So this goes uphill. So what I'm gonna do so let's get a nice flat area right there. Branch that off. And then we can start to make our climb. Connect into there. That looks nice. Smooth this all out. Kind of bring it over to there. See what that slope looks like. There we go. Get a little T into there. And just tie that in. See how that looks. That generally looks good. So let's go ahead and smooth that out so that that looks nice. Okay, and this, if we go into our terrain view, yeah, this is a pretty significant low spot, so let's just kind of fix that by going rough over it with the level tool. And then if we kind of come back, just kind of smooth it a little bit, now it should be fairly even. Nice. So let's pause real quick because I want to sever that connection. I'm just going to pull this straight just a little bit. And then tie that into there. I can take this road, tie that in. And then just to make sure that this is all, you know, undevelopable. Or not necessarily undevelopable, but just so that they don't go changing it, you know? You'd hate it if the AI started to change things. So let's just make sure, yeah. Okay, so those interchanges are fixed now. We can go back to letting this run. We now have a connection up to the airport. So let's come in here. All of these are being used, but we can very easily come in here and add in another stop, which will run up to the airport. And let's see, what kind of color do we want to use? Maybe purple? There's a purple right there. Maybe like a, yeah, like a dark kind of magenta color. And let's run up to the airport. So this will be a bus route, and this will be Norton, bus to plane. And let's get some buses on there. It's a pretty long route, so I'm thinking that we're going to need a fair amount. Let's go with maybe Maybe 6 to start. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Sell those 3. Norton bus to plane, and then I'm actually going to go into Yateley. I'm going to throw a couple buses on here. Let's come over here. There we go. Norton bus to plane. Let's change the color on these to reflect. I think it's a little bit darker, yeah. And then let's just make sure that this road is nice and smooth. Perfect. Okay. Well, before we call this episode complete, I just want to come over here and see. Yeah, so it doesn't appear to be too much backup going on, which is good. That's good, though. Because you would actually see... Okay, so like we're going to have a conflict right here. So we have a plane coming in from... Let's see, who... Yep, so the plane coming from Yateley aborted and did a fly around. Okay, so we got some new planes here, so let's take a look. Just for the fun of it. Alright, so we just got the Lockheed Super Constellations, which go 302 as compared to the 226. And we got 2 types. We got the prototype, and then we have the actual, the Lockheed actual. So let's put the prototype on the Reading route. And let's put the actual on the Yateley route. Actually, you know what? I kind of like seeing the different planes. So we're gonna completely undo what we just did, and we're gonna go back to the DC-4s on the Reading route, just because I like seeing the mix of planes. I think that that's gonna look really nice. And it shouldn't overly conflict. So we got a little traffic going on here. This guy's gonna have to do a fly around. See, this is why we need the second runway. And I don't know when we get it. It will show up right here. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you made it this far and you did, definitely consider subscribing to stay up to date on all future videos, leaving a like and a comment, and if you are feeling oh so generous and you have the means, consider supporting the channel on Patreon. You can find the link in the description below. Until the next episode, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.